We are all
one family,
one people,
one heart.
We will always be united.
For our families,
for our communities,
and for the people of Israel.
For 100 years,
the Jewish communities
around the world
support the Zionist idea
through Keren HaYesod.
And for the past 72 years,
we have walked with the people of Israel
and the state of Israel
all along the way.
In this time of crisis,
as it has been in the past,
our strength as people
is what defines us.
As leaders of Keren HaYesod,
we know that the value of unity
and mutual responsibility
has never been more relevant.
It was there when together
we had to lay
the foundation for the country.
It was there when together
we brought millions of Olim home.
It was there when we worked together
to strengthen Israeli society
and to connect the Jewish world
to Israel and their heritage.
And it is still here
when we celebrate our partnership
and the many great things that we've achieved together.
In every darkness,
there is a light.
In every storm,
a ray of sun.
And during these difficult times,
it is our humanity that shines through.
Entire communities
are helping one another.
People sing together on balconies.
To spread joy from one to another.
We, the leaders of Keren HaYesod around the world,
send a message of support
to the communities around the world
that are dealing with this crisis.
And we send a message
of solidarity and celebration
to the people of Israel in this Yom Ha'atzmaut.
We are all together.
We stand strong.
We are all one heart.
One people, one
family.
Juntos somos mais fortes.
Estamos todos.
Insieme ce la faremo.
Samen staan we sterk.
Juntos lo superaremos.
Ensemble, nous réussirons.
We stole sammen.
Estamos juntos.
Zusammen sind wir stark.
Estamos juntos. Juntos somos mais fortes.
Together we stand.
On behalf of the supporters and leadership of Keren HaYesod from around the world, a big mazel tov.
To the state of Israel, to the people of Israel, and to all of Am Yisrael on this joyous occasion of Yom Ha'atzmaut. Mazal tov.
ברוכים הבאים לחגיגת יום העצמאות של מדינת ישראל. Welcome to a global celebration of Israel's Independence Day. And now, from Washington, D.C., your co-host, Eric Fingerhut.
On behalf of the 146 Jewish federations across North America and our many community partners who have joined us in this webcast, I want to welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're joining us to celebrate Israel's 72nd birthday. Of course, this Yom Ha'atzmaut is taking place at an unprecedented time. We are not out in our communities celebrating together. We're at home, but we don't have to be alone, and we certainly can celebrate. Jews the world over are deeply connected to our brothers and sisters in Israel. I wear a necklace that includes the famous words of the poet Yehuda Halevi, Libi b'mizrach va'anochi b'sof ma'arav. My heart is in the east, but I am in the uttermost west. So what's your favorite Israel memory? When were you last in Israel? I'd love to see your favorite pictures. Share your Israel photos with our global family. Post them on social media. Use the hashtag #IsraelToMe, and your pictures will be included in our global photo album. In our Jewish community and in every corner of the world, people are struggling. Our hearts and our prayers are with those who are ill and those who have lost loved ones. May the memories of all those lost in the COVID-19 pandemic be a blessing to their families, the Jewish people, and the world. Yet, as tragic as this pandemic is, with all of the sadness it has brought, today we have an opportunity to lift up our spirits and strengthen our purpose by celebrating together this important moment in the history of the Jewish people. And that's what this next hour is all about. While we're all in our separate homes, we're also all together. We are Am Echad, one people, and Lev Echad, one heart. As one people with one heart, let's rejoice together, let's laugh together, and let's remember together as we celebrate Israel at 72 years young. Now, it's an amazing pleasure for me to introduce one of the most talented and popular actresses in the world today, the incredible Shira Haas. You've probably seen Shira in her starring roles in the television series Shtisel, which, by the way, Shira, I'm rewatching seasons 1 and 2 while I'm waiting for season 3, and in the recent miniseries Unorthodox. Of course, her acting career and her many credits include much more than I can share in this brief introduction. But I'd rather spend these few moments to tell you that Shira Haas is not only a great actress, but also a caring and compassionate woman who represents the thriving, innovative, exciting, and distinct culture that is Israel today. Shira joins us live from Tel Aviv. Welcome, Shira Haas.
Wow, hi. What an intro. I'm blushing here. Thank you so much, Eric. Hello, everyone. Shalom. I'm so happy to be here and to celebrate Israel's Yom Huledet with all of you.
Hi, we're the Darius Pulaski family. We made Aliyah from Tierra del Fuego, Argentina, 2 months ago. We currently live in the Jewish Agency Absorption Center in Kiryat Yam. We wish you a happy Israel Independence Day. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach Israel!
Hi, I'm Anthony Housefather, Member of Parliament for the riding of Mount Royal in Montreal, and I want to wish the State of Israel a happy 72nd birthday. Yom Huledet Sameach.
שלום, אני אלזה מצרפת. אני קלאודיה מדרום אפריקה. אני אודליה מאוסטרליה. אני שלום מארגנטינה.
אני חיים ממקסיקו.
אני חנה מרוסיה.
אני יואל מארגנטינה ואנחנו גרים באולפן עציון ירושלים.
ומאחלים לכם יום עצמאות שמח!
היי, אנחנו משפחת פלוטקין, עלינו מרוסיה, רצינו לאחל לכם יום עצמאות שמח!
Happy Yom Ha'atzmaut. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach. Joyeux anniversaire.
We made Aliyah from India 6 weeks ago. We wish you all a very happy Israeli Independence Day.
Shalom. My name is Michael Levitt, and I'm the Member of Parliament for York Centre in Toronto, Canada. To Israelis in Israel and around the world, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
שלום, אנחנו משפחת נתיב. עלינו מצרפת לפני 3 חודשים.
אנחנו רוצים לאחל לכם יום עצמאות שמח!
I have a surprise for you. I have 6 Israeli flags in my apartment. 4 for each one of my 4 grandchildren. And 2, 1 for Israel, for Yom Huledet, and 1 for the United States, because they need right now mazal. They now need some good luck. Shalom, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach, Tevalu v'tirkadu.
Wow, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach Israel. Well, anyone who has been to Israel on Yom Ha'atzmaut knows how we Israelis like to celebrate. It's always a big party. But of course, this year we have to stay home. And that's why when he asked me to host this celebration, I got so excited. This event is a bright spot for Jews everywhere at this difficult time. I'm very proud to be part of a Jewish family that extends around the world. And we've got quite a lineup. I mean, is it true that I'm going to meet Ben Platt and his brothers? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a fan. I'm a little bit in love with him, so...
Yes, you're going to get to meet them in just a little while, and I'm excited too. Now, Shira, we're going to get to go to California, and we're going to hear from another wonderful actor, Josh Malina. Josh, many of you know, is the star of the hit shows West Wing and Scandal and much more. I actually met Josh earlier this year when he spoke to a Federation event in Phoenix. He talked about his day school upbringing in New York, and I really remember how he talked about the important role that Israel plays in his life. So I wasn't surprised when we asked Josh Molina to help us celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut. He jumped at the chance. Josh, thanks for all you're doing for our community, and welcome to our Yom Ha'atzmaut celebration.
Shalom Yisrael. Joshua Molina here from my home in Los Angeles, California. First things first, Yom Holedet Sameach, 72, Eze Yofi. If you ask me, you don't look a day over 70. Kol hakavod. I love Israel very much. It holds a special place in my heart. I've been lucky enough in my life to visit on numerous occasions, and in Yirtzeh Hashem, I'll visit many times in the future. Now, one of the things about which I'm most proud of Israel is her accomplishment in the field of high tech. Israel is a country with limited natural resources, so she has had to develop her most precious asset, Israelis. And what Israelis have managed to do in technology is remarkable. You may not know, but Israeli companies have raised more venture capital per capita, VCPC, as no one says, than the companies of any other country in the world. So a young nation, Israel has become a technological giant punching above its weight class. In fact, Israel currently ranks 5th in the world in patents filed per capita, PFPC. It was no surprise to me then to learn that Israel is at the forefront of the scientific community's battle against COVID-19. Please enjoy this video now, which will tell you about Israel's many innovative approaches to fighting the pandemic.
As the coronavirus continues to consume our world and our in-person experiences and interactions turn solely virtual, we've quickly become witness to some of the most innovative and creative efforts our world has ever seen. It's no surprise that Israel, the startup nation, is harnessing the very best of its know-how, creativity, and fearless entrepreneurial spirit to contribute to the global scientific efforts by searching for vaccines and other preventative solutions. It's pretty hard to believe that only 72 years ago, Israel was struggling for its existence, and that today it stands shoulder to shoulder with the global scientific community. To learn more about what the Israeli science community is doing, we reached out to some of its leaders. Meet Professor Benjamin Geiger from the Weizmann Institute of Science, one of the world's leading research institutions in the natural and exact sciences.
Among the scientists within Israel, hundreds of people moved from what they were doing in the first place into studying different aspects of the coronavirus infection.
Professor Geiger's colleague, Dr. Ron Diskin, a structural biologist, shared one of the cutting-edge projects he's currently working on.
We are trying to design molecules, artificial molecules, that will behave like antibodies.
Over at Technion, one of the world's top 10 science and research universities, we spoke to Professor Avi Schroeder, who believes that a solution might be found in the similarity between man and shrimp.
We invented a technology, a feed, that boosts the immune system of animals and protects them against viral diseases. We're asking ourselves now, can we learn from them and adapt these technologies for protecting humans against coronavirus?
We then hopped over to the Israeli nonprofit Ambivent, where through creative collaborative technology, they've done some pretty impressive stuff. Ambivent is a low-cost emergency ventilator made with off-the-shelf parts. Meet their project manager, Yuval Eran.
In only 13 days, the team came up with a working prototype that has all the basic functionalities of a ventilator, and immediately after that, we released the whole thing in open source.
Israeli scientists are also hard at work to discover life-saving drugs. In Jerusalem, known for its vibrant biotech ecosystem, we met up with Dr. Emmanuel Lerner from Pepticom, a startup that uses artificial intelligence to dramatically reduce the time it takes to discover a drug.
We use cutting-edge artificial intelligence in order to find new potential drugs for the corona outbreak. And we are working with big pharmaceutical companies, mainly in the United States.
Not far from him, we found our friend Dr. Shulamit Richter from Dermafense, who has been working on creating a special cream that would provide a much safer alternative to the gloves used today.
You have just to spread it on skin and you're protected for hours. The formulation neutralizes the infectivity of the virus.
So while coronavirus continues to leave many things unknown, today and every day we celebrate the scientific and innovative contributions that Israel is making to the scientific community and the larger world around her.
Wow, I've read articles about all the things Israel is doing, but I had no idea it was so much. And you know, I wonder how many Israelis know about how important shrimp are. Watching this video made me feel very proud, but you know, also sad. The coronavirus has made things so hard for so many people.
I know what you mean, Shira, but I have every confidence in the Israeli people and in people around the world. We will overcome this. I have no doubt.
You're right. And you know, Eric, there's a famous song in Israel that I think will be so accurate and moving, especially for these days. It's called Mechaka. And many Israelis and artists in Israel sing it, but one of the most famous is the pop star Rita. She sings in Hebrew and says, "One day it will happen. Without notice, something will change, and you won't have to be afraid anymore. It will come like a line etched in the palm of your hand. It will come. Be assured, it will come." You can all read the subtitles in English as she sings, and hopefully you will see what I mean.
יום אחד זה יקרה בלי שנרגיש משהו ישתנה, משהו ייגע בנו, משהו יירגע בנו, ולא יהיה ממה לחשוש. וזה יבוא כמו קו חרוט על כף יד, זה יבוא בטוח בעצמו, כאילו היה שם תמיד וחיכה שנבחין בו. וזה יבוא, אתה תראה, הידיים הקפוצות יתארחו, והלב השומר לא להיפגע, יפעם בקצב רגיל. זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל, להיות שלם עם עצמו. יום אחד זה יקרה בלי שנרגיש משהו ישתנה, משהו ייגע בנו, משהו יירגע בנו, ולא יהיה ממה לחשוש. וזה יבוא כמו קו חרוט על כף יד, זה יבוא בטוח בעצמו, כאילו היה שם תמיד וחיכה שנבחין בו. וזה יבוא, אתה תראה, הידיים הקפוצות יתארחו, והלב השומר לא להיפגע, יפעם בקצב רגיל. זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל, אתה תראה, הידיים הקפוצות יתארחו, והלב השומר לא להיפגע, יפעם בקצב רגיל. זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל, להיות שלם עם עצמו. וזה יבוא, אתה תראה, הידיים הקפוצות יתארחו, והלב השומר לא להיפגע, יפעם בקצב רגיל. זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל, אתה תראה, הידיים הקפוצות יתארחו, והלב השומר לא להיפגע, יפעם בקצב רגיל. זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל, להיות שלם עם עצמו. וזה יבוא, אתה יודע, לא הכל יטלטל אותנו, לא הכל יכה, ומה שיפתח לנו מחכה.
Shira, you were right. That was beautiful. We have to remain hopeful. Be assured it will come, just like Rita said. I'm always hopeful when I think about all that our Jewish state has accomplished in these incredible 72 years. I doubt even our greatest dreamers could have imagined today's vibrant, growing, dynamic, diverse Israel. So, Shira, what did you do today to celebrate? I understand the State of Israel went ahead with their official ceremony.
I was preparing to be with you all day. But I do love that ceremony, and one of my favorite parts are the torchlighters, המשואות.
Of course, 12 people representing the 12 tribes. They're asked to light candles because of their contributions to the State of Israel. A few years ago, the Israeli government began a tradition to choose a representative of a world jury to be one of the 12. This year's representative of the diaspora is someone I happen to know well and admire greatly, Lori Palatnik, who's the founder of Momentum, a program we fondly call Birthright for Moms. Momentum has brought over 20,000 moms to Israel to deepen their Jewish identity and connection to the Jewish state. Now, we're really fortunate that our friends at the Jewish National Fund have exclusive footage of today's ceremony.
Hi, Eric. Shira, yes. We are here and excited to be collaborating with you on this global event, marking Israel's 72nd anniversary.
Yes, it feels great to be celebrating as a united community with all the organizations.
We're delighted to be with you on a day that means so much to all of us. Each Yom HaAtzmaut, I think back to 1901, when Jewish National Fund was founded before the establishment of the State of Israel, and set in motion a movement that would change the course of our people's history. We take great pride in this annual ceremony that is celebrated on Mount Herzl, and are thrilled that we're able to obtain this special footage to share with you now. So, let's take a look.
בקצב רגיל זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל הידיים הקפוצות יתהפכו והלב השומר לא ייפגע יפעם בקצב רגיל זה יבוא כמו שהטבע רגיל הידיים הקפוצות יתהפכו והלב השומר שלם עם עצמו
That was so nice to see. Wow, thank you. I'm impressed that they got it. You know, Eric, I'm getting hungry and I'm starting to think about getting something to eat.
Well, I wish I was in Israel with you because I love Israeli food. And it's hard to get a good falafel anywhere else.
Well, not if you know where to find good Israeli chef. The Israel-American Council found 4 of the most famous, and they are all going to join us in the next clip. And then Adina Sussman, author of the cookbook Sababa, will join us from her own kitchen to show us how to make falafel.
Shachar, Shaul, Einat, Yossi, hi. It's great to see all of you and celebrate Yom HaAtzmaut together.
Hi everyone, Einat here.
Yom HaAtzmaut Sameach. It's nice to see you all.
I'm so glad to have this opportunity to see you.
Now that I have all of you here, why is it that when people think about Israeli food, the first thing that comes to their mind is falafel?
Because we have it in almost every corner. It's something that we have more falafel stand in Israel than anything else. People figure out something fresh, healthy, cheap, and that one pita will be enough for whole lunch. So it's like what there is not to like.
The Italian have the pizza, the American have hamburger. If one day they make peace in the Mediterranean, so the flag need to be with the falafel, a picture of falafel on the flag. This is the things that everybody agree about it.
Yeah, they say that the falafel dish is a representation of Israel. It's a clever little dish. It has so many contrasts and such diversity inside this little pizza.
The only country where they have a song about falafel is Israel. Falafel לעשות זה לא פשוט. Falafel לעשות זה אומנות.
Growing up in Israel, I'm sure you have some great falafel childhood stories that you can share with us.
In kibbutz is always to be even. Everybody needs to be even. Never mind how much you skill or how much you funny or how much you tall or small. So falafel, it's easy to split even to everybody. 5 bowl, you have 5 falafel bowl for lunch. No more. And then it start like a market. People start to say, I give you my falafel and you go work for me instead of me in the avocado. You know, people start to make negotiation. It become like a stock market. People send the falafel against the duty of the kibbutz to work with the chicken, with the avocado. So falafel, this is the money in the kibbutz. That was the this is the money that we used to change to get a better life.
Yeah, see? What are your falafel memories?
My first memory of falafel was Shuk Betzalel in Tel Aviv, that you got the pita and you could stuff in it whatever you wanted. The only thing that was counted was the falafel bowls, and the rest you could have come back again and again until you were dead of falafel.
And the potato, the puffy potato, the delicious potato in Shuk Betzalel, that nobody do that anymore.
You know, I remember when I was young, every Thursday, my mother, she bring us a falafel, eat falafel and be quiet. That's it.
Yeah.
What are your falafel do's and don'ts?
Keep things simple in falafel. Hallelujah. Then sky is the limit.
Hummus or no hummus?
No hummus.
No hummus. No hummus. Hummus you eat with the pita on a separate plate. When I go to a falafel stand, I start with tahini. The way to eat falafel, I have to stand up, is, to bend forward and to eat it while it's running on the floor. So the first rule is don't forget to bend forwards.
Shaul, what do you say?
A lot of tahini. I like coriander in the falafel. It's must for me. It's make the falafel more tasty with the flavor and a little bit different.
Don't eat cold falafel, because people that eat for the first time cold falafel, they think they don't like falafel. And the other things that I really like when I make my own falafel sandwich is take this beautiful steamed pita and put it on a gas to burn it a little bit. And then I'm going to build my falafel warm and with enough salad, but not too much. And the falafel need to shine. So not too many things that falafel is disappear.
You're making my mouth water.
No, me too.
It was really a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you very, very, very much. You made me very hungry. I can't wait to eat some falafel, and I think we're gonna make some falafel now.
Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach. Happy Independence Day. Hopefully next year we can hug each other.
Happy Independence Day.
Have fun. Eat a lot of falafel.
Happy birthday, Israel.
Happy birthday, Israel! I'm so excited to be here today to show you a little bit of a taste of Israeli food at home. My love of Israeli food started when I was 9 years old in Jerusalem and I tasted my first falafel. And I eventually made Aliyah about 5 years ago, and I wrote a cookbook called Sababa. I'm so happy that the Jewish Agency invited me here today to show you how to make one of my favorite and first Israeli dishes. Okay, so joining me today is Shachar Pinsky, who's the Jewish Agency Israel Fellow at Towson University.
Hello, Adina. Thank you so much. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach Israel. Today I'll be making the eggplant steaks and the green tchina, which will both go perfectly with the falafel you're making. Yalla, let's go.
All right, our first step is to get those soaked and drained chickpeas into the food processor, and we're going to process those for about 45 seconds until they look like nice fine crumbs. Here, we're gonna add the onions, the parsley, cilantro with the stem, garlic, and that jalapeno pepper, which gives it that really good spice. Okay, now I'm gonna just pulse this until everything's incorporated. Usually you add water to it, but you just wanna check and see if it sticks together on its own. And if it does and it feels kind of moist, you don't actually need to add the extra water. But right before you're ready to make your falafel, you add the spices to the batter so that the spices are nice and fresh. All right, guys, our batter is ready, and go check in with Shachar in Maryland and see what's happening with his side of the cooking.
Let's prepare the eggplant steaks. I have a beautiful fresh eggplant, which I'll first peel to get to its delicious center without the skin. After which, I will slice the eggplant vertically all the way down and place my slices on a wire rack. These slices I'll then heavily salt on both sides, make sure you get to the bottom as well, and let them rest for 45 minutes. Here I'm patting them down to dry them off and to get all of the moisture out of the eggplant. We want them to really be dry before we put them in the coating. 1 cup all-purpose flour and 1 cup cornstarch, which I will both mix very thoroughly. I'll be taking our now dry eggplants and put them in the flour mixture, making sure to coat them well on both sides. Then, straight to the hot oil they go. And after 2 minutes on each side, we are greeted with this beautiful golden fried eggplant that looks absolutely crispy and delicious.
Now we're gonna start making our falafel balls, and you can use all kinds of spoons and different things, but I think the best way to do it is to use your hands, because that way you can feel if the batter is really holding together into a nice ball. I'm gonna add a falafel ball. Oh, I already see we have action, and I'm gonna make a few more and just throw them right in at the same time. All right, guys, especially in these crazy times when you can't just hop on a plane and visit Israel, dishes like this are the things that connect us to Israel and our Israeli heritage and culture. So I really encourage you guys to cook this and all kinds of Israeli food at home. And as soon as you can get on the plane, we can't wait to see you back in Israel.
Now to make the delicious green trina, first I'll be taking about 5 to 6 tablespoons of raw trina. To them, I'll be adding some chopped parsley and some chopped cilantro. I'll also be adding 2 chopped cloves of garlic, the juice of half a lemon, a bit of salt, and 1/3 of a cup of water. So now we're ready for our next phase.
I'm gonna make what I like to call a chatzi mana, or a half portion.
I'll be sliding these delicious looking pieces of fried eggplant.
As many falafel balls as you can cram in.
And some delicious looking green trina.
All right, should we try this?
Thank you, Adina. It looks amazing.
So good, so crunchy, so fresh. Guys, if you don't get a little messy, it wasn't worth it. Chag Sameach, happy 72nd birthday, Israel.
Thank you for joining us.
Back to you, Shira. Bye.
Wow, Adina, that was fabulous. I mean, I can't believe I actually learned something new about falafel.
And now I can't wait to get back to my favorite street vendor in Jerusalem. So Shira, now we get to learn a little bit about Israel's history of independence. And who better to help us do that than our friends at the Jewish Agency for Israel, and in particular, their terrific chairman of the executive, the Honorable Isaac Bougie Herzog.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Shira. Shalom from Yerushalayim, from Jerusalem, to all of you, dear friends. Here at the Jewish Agency for Israel, we've seen the photos that you've been sharing of your favorite Israeli memories using the famous hashtag #IsraelToMe. So I thought now it's my turn. I'll take a few minutes of my own to show you some of my favorites as well. And in doing so, we can take a brief trip around the country and highlight special moments in our history and its beauty. This is a picture of the Latrun Fortress. This is where my father, Chaim Herzog, the 6th president of Israel, fought in the War of Independence. The Latrun Fortress controlled the road to Jerusalem. It was a Jordanian army post. Some of Israel's most important battles have taken place around this region. My father was one of Israel's commanding officers for the 7th Armored Brigade. Many new immigrants who came from the Holocaust and many volunteers from overseas fought alongside him. This is a picture of Tel Aviv, a global city ranked one of the best in the world, a cosmopolitan city, actually a realization of Herzl's dreams. Tel Aviv holds a very dear place in my heart. I was born in Tel Aviv. I grew up in Tel Aviv. I studied in Tel Aviv, and my wife, Michal, and I raised our kids in Tel Aviv. From Purim parades to the Eurovision Song Contest, from the beaches to the nightlife to the great cultural institutions, this city never sleeps. And that's why there's no place like it. Let's journey to the Upper Galilee, to the northern town of Rosh Pina. The ancient synagogue, which you see here, was the town's first public building. And the town itself was the first settlement established by Romanian immigrants in 1882, before Herzl has began his Zionist movement. From here you can see the Sea of Galilee, the Kinneret, which I'm pleased to say is completely full for the first time in years. So, we've been to the northern part of Israel. Now let's go as south as we can to the city of Eilat, which lies on the Red Sea in the southernmost part of the Negev desert. I still vividly recall as a child my late father taking me to Eilat, where I fell in love with the beautiful sea, the unbelievable red color of the mountains of Edom to the east, the mountains of the Sinai to the west, and the coral reefs. Heaven. It's the gateway to both Africa and the Far East, and importantly, it is the physical manifestation of the peace we have with the Kingdom of Jordan, which was signed back in 1994 between King Hussein of Jordan and Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin of Israel. My last shot was taken not far away from here, at the Jewish Agency headquarters building in Jerusalem. And before independence in March 1948, a bombing took place in this building, killing 12 people and injuring dozens. This is where the first Knesset ever assembled and elected the first president of Israel, the illustrious Chaim Weizmann. But for me, it goes beyond national or historical building. My father, whom I mentioned before, Chaim Herzog, was at the time the Jewish Agency's head of security. My mother, Ora, was heavily injured in this bombing 1948 attack. And my grandfather, my late grandfather, Rabbi Isaac Halevi Herzog, visited this building as the chief rabbi many times. And today, I'm here in this building as the chairman of the Jewish Agency. And I'm honored to work in the office once occupied by David Ben-Gurion, whose courage and vision led to the establishment of the State of Israel. And before I sign off, I have a little surprise for you. It's a message recorded by Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion in the year of his retirement, 1963. I'm a huge fan of David Ben-Gurion, and I think his message still resonates today more than ever before, and is still so very applicable, even more so today.
The formation of Independence Day laid down certain principles. The state of Israel will devote still to developing the land for the good. It will rest upon foundations of liberty, justice, and peace. It will maintain complete equality and political rights for all its inhabitants without distinction of creed, race, and sex. Bringing more immigrants, providing work, educating our people, guaranteeing our security and independence. And we look to our friends overseas to join us in these historic endeavors.
Back to you, Shira and Eric. Eric, my friend, happy holiday. And to you, dear Shira, a special greeting. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach mikol hachaverim b'Yisrael.
Thank you, Isaac Bougie Herzog, for that wonderful program, and a big thank you to all of our friends, the Jewish Agency, for those stories about Israel. To hear Ben-Gurion's words from more than 50 years ago reminds us what a visionary he truly was.
Yes, I mean, I learned about David Ben-Gurion in school and other Israeli leaders, including Chaim Herzog, and I'm really glad that we were able to show some of Israel's history here today. I mean, our road to independence has not been easy.
Shira, we know that the history of Israel is also the story of immigrants coming from all over the world, many fleeing persecution to help build the country. Would you share with us something about your family's story?
I'd love to. Having just commemorated Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Memorial Day last week, I often think about my grandparents, and especially my grandfather. He's an Auschwitz survivor, and he came to Israel in 1946. He passed away a few years ago, but we were very, very close, and you know, I believe that now that we're talking about it, and during especially this program, I think he would be very proud of me and of us as well.
Now, Shira, listening to you talk about your grandfather made me think of someone else I'd like you to meet. So, Shira, meet Mark Wilf. Mark has just finished a couple of very busy days participating in the NFL draft with his Minnesota Vikings, but I know him as the chair of the Jewish Federations of North America. And Mark has his own powerful family story. So, Mark Wilf, meet Shira Haas.
Thank you, Eric.
Hi, Mark.
Shalom, Shira. I'm a huge fan. Good to see you.
Shalom.
Like you,
Thank you.
I have parents and grandparents who were Holocaust survivors. They are my heroes and a large portion of the reason why I've become involved in Jewish life and why myself and my family are so dedicated to Jewish community and to our beloved Eretz Yisrael. For them, it wasn't enough to just survive, but they aimed to build the state of Israel and to support and to live and thrive in the American Jewish community as well, and to be part of the worldwide Jewish community and to help Jews around the world. I love how you say that your Savta is the love of your life. My beloved Babu Miriam is a hero and role model in my life for rescuing and saving our family, and from there to build a love of life, a love of family, and a love of Eretz Yisrael. So for my family, Israel is central to our lives in so many ways. And I'll always remember bringing my family to Israel when our children were very young. As we landed, I remember so vividly my 12-year-old son at the time saying to me, "Dad, we're home." My wife Jane and I knew that moment that we did something very right, and that our children have the same love and dedication to Israel. Like you, they give us tremendous confidence in the future. Thank you, Shira, for being such a role model for your generation and for all of us. Our family, with deep love and joy, wish Israel a Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday, dear Israel.
Thank you, Mark. Now, speaking of family love and devotion to Israel and the Jewish people, let's say hi to Ben, Jonah, and Henry Platt in Los Angeles.
Hello. So nice to meet you.
Hello, hi. This is so much better than just like my face and this, yay. Hello.
So you've officially never met? So introduce Shira Haas, meet the Platt brothers.
I mean, I saw Dear Evan Hansen something like 3 times, but that's the closest I got to Ben. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. We're all such huge fans of you. We devoured the show in like a day. It was very incredible. We really, really are big admirers.
Thank you so much.
Now, Shira, you may not know that I actually know the Platt boys' parents, Julie and Mark. In fact, Julie is currently the chair of the Foundation for Jewish Camps. She's the vice chair of the Jewish Federations of North America. She's the past chair of the Los Angeles Jewish Federation. She's an amazing woman. But I have to tell you, Shira, while I'm lucky enough to work with Julie, I'm not even close to cool enough to hang out with her sons.
Well, Ben, you know, this is Henry, and I'm Jonah.
You have such a beautiful voices, and we're so lucky to have you here. And what will you be singing to us?
Well, we're going to be singing a beautiful arrangement of Ahavat Olam.
Okay, guys, you go around and move your cameras and be prepared for the song. I am very, very excited and can't wait to hear it. So I think they are ready. Please welcome the Platt brothers with Ahavat Olam.
Okay.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. בחוקיך, ונשמח לדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך, לעולם באהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. When we lie down, when we rise up, this joy will last forever. When we lie down, when we rise up, this joy will last forever, forever. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת.
I think that was good.
Wow, that was so beautiful. What a talented family, really.
I'm really touched. Ahavat Olam is such a beautiful prayer when we say it in our evening service every night, and it's such an appropriate choice for this program. It's all about the everlasting love that binds us together as a Jewish people. In Ahavat Olam we pray, V'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Never take your love away from us. What a perfect way to begin wrapping up our program.
Eric, thank you so much for inviting me to spend this time with you and Jews across the globe in celebration of Yom HaAtzmaut. It's been an incredible hour.
And sure, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you and to have you on this program. But it's not over yet.
You're right. How could I forget? Let's introduce our special guest. He is by far one of the most beloved people in Israel, and he has this special ability to bring all people together, no matter where they come from or what they believe. And he does it also with a great sense of humor. I adore him, and of course, I'm talking about the President of Israel, Reuven Rivlin.
Sure, I want you to know it's not just in Israel that he's adored. President Rivlin is loved around the world, and I couldn't agree with you more. After we hear from President Rivlin, we're going to join together to sing Hatikva with two incredible artists, with Israel's Rita, who sang for us earlier, and with the Broadway sensation Casey Levy, who is singing from Ontario, Canada. And we will be accompanied by top Israeli and diaspora Jewish musicians from around the world. So Shira and I will say goodbye now, but we will be singing Hatikva with you. Please continue to post your Israel photos using the hashtag #IsraelToMe.
Yom HaAtzmaut Sameach Israel.
And Yom HaAtzmaut Sameach. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. And of course, welcome the President of the State of Israel, the Honorable Reuven Rivlin.
It is a great honor to join this gathering of people from all around the world, celebrating Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel's Independence Day, apart but all together. From Jerusalem, on behalf of everybody here in the Jewish Democratic State of Israel, we thank you for standing with us today, for celebrating with us. I would also like to thank Eric Fingerhut and Israel's so talented actor, Shira Haas, for hosting this amazing event. Chag Atzmaut Sameach to all of you. While this year's celebration may be different, no virus can keep us from celebrating the miracle of the Jewish and democratic State of Israel. And although we cannot be together this year, this crisis has made us feel more than ever that we are one family with shared history, shared value, and shared destiny. This is not the first time that we are celebrating Yom HaAtzmaut in a time of great challenges. Again and again, we have faced great dangers and threats. But our people's determination and solidarity allowed us to overcome every challenge, and the State of Israel grew into a strong democracy. This same determination and solidarity will allow us to overcome the great challenges of Corona as well. Israeli startups and research centers are already making important contribution to the global fight against Corona. And I know that the State of Israel and the people of Israel will become stronger from this crisis. I look forward to celebrating with all of you next year in Jerusalem. So, happy Independence Day. Chag Atzmaut Sameach. God bless all of you. God bless the State of Israel.
Amen.